There will be no more free money at Manchester United as Sir Jim is set to introduce a salary cap system. Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Here is a quick update on what's going on behind the scenes at Manchester United as we do continue to follow this new man who is looking to be determined to change things around Manchester United. Now, the latest coming through is that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has instructed the CEO, Omar Berada, to ensure that he caps salaries at Manchester United at £300,000 per week. He's saying no player, unless you're special, but no player should be earning more than 300,000 quid per week because to him, according to what they have discovered, first of all, there has been a clear unfairness in how they have been paying player salaries, how they have been coming up with these wages for these players, but no justification whatsoever. He feels guys were just doing their things and just getting these player agents corner them, and they end up giving a lot of money to players, yet they don't deserve it, but also taking away what should be the real gist of playing for Manchester United. Cannot be about the money. It should be about the honor and pride of representing the biggest football club in the world. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe has told his team that the first thing we need to do, if you're going to get players to play for the badge, we are supposed to limit how much they earn. And he knows that the money markets today are growing crazy in football, that players earn crazy wages. And of course, the emergence or the arrival of the Saudi and Qatar football, where they pay players crazy money, is there and is real. But he says the money in Qatar and Saudi cannot buy Manchester United, cannot make a player a dream of playing in Saudi unless you don't, for it's about money, not the football. And that then for him is not a Manchester United player. If you're motivated by money and not the honor and pride of playing for Manchester United, then you don't deserve to be a United player. So he's saying, regardless the competition and threat that comes with the Saudi Pro League, with Qatar football that has a lot of money, Manchester United should still be able to attract the best players because it is an honor and privilege for any player anywhere in the world to put on the Manchester United badge. So Sir Jim has, however, left it open to, of course, a few exceptional players that for you to earn £300,000 or more, you should be an exceptional player. And perhaps in this day and age, exceptional players will be players like Kylian Mbappe, maybe Jude Bellingham, players like that. But he still says there are other ways of making a player earn. If they bring in a lot of money, there are other ways for them to earn, but not by giving them a crazy or sick wage, because that disorganizes the dressing room. Imagine, look at the Manchester United wages today. There are about 3 or 4 players who earn over £300,000 per week. Those include Marcus Rashford, Rafael Varane, and Casemiro. They earn over £300,000 per week. Then there are players like Anthony who earn over £200,000 per week for doing absolutely nothing. Anthony Martial for doing absolutely nothing. Yet the players who do most of the work, the Garnachos, the Kobe Mainos, players like Scott McTominay, I think has proven that he's doing more work than most of these players who earn a lot. All these players are earning barely 60,000. Kobe Mainu is earning, he has just been, I think, given a new contract, offered a new contract, but he was earning £10,000 per week. Then Ganacho was earning £20,000 per week. Scott McTominay was earning £60,000 per week. Yet these players have been clearly consistently putting in a better shift than the Anthony's, than the Anthony Martial. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe is saying that this is not working. It's only disorganizing the dressing room, and that's why you're not going to have a strong unit. There will be no cohesion. So instead of having some players earn so much money like they are demigods, you're going to have a cap, but then distribute these wages according in the first team squad reasonably. Let players, of course, they won't all earn the same, but let it be reasonable. If you look at Man City, whereas they are top earners in Man City, most of the players earn respectable figures, they earn close to the same amount of money. The wage bill of Man City is spread out in a way that you won't have someone earning £10,000 per week and Kevin De Bruyne, for whichever reason, is earning £300,000 per week or £250,000 per week because he's their best player. And yet, even the other player is a starter. So that's giving so much importance to individual players, and usually that breeds problems in the dressing room. So Sir Jim is working and is solving problems because honestly, our system has for the longest time been breeding money makers. United has been breeding money makers, guys who just come play for the family. The other player I've almost forgot who is earning over £300,000 per week is Jadon Sancho. He's on loan. He's not even playing, but he's earning, I think, about £350,000 per week. One of our top most earners. So this is the nonsense that Sajim is saying. What is this? What have you guys been doing? What's the rationale of you offering Marcus Rashford, because he scored 30 goals the previous season? You offer him nearly £400,000 per week. It doesn't make sense. And you realize that all the top earners, maybe with the exception of Casemiro, who has been trying, and we know that it's injuries and age, but all these guys who have been earning crazy money have not been putting in their best shift. But how on earth is Casemiro and Varane, how are they earning that amount of money at Man United? Yet we all know their best football was played at Real Madrid, and they were never going to get back to those levels. So those are the issues with the negotiations that we've been having for the longest time. And Sir Jim has changed this, fired these weak negotiators. Perhaps that will be a job now handled directly by the CEO himself, or probably he'll bring in new people to do the negotiation. But he feels there has been a lot of misunderstanding. And you see, this is exactly what I've been saying, that the structure around the club is what has been causing problems for managers. That if you have a squad that is disjointed because of the wages they earn, and it's not the manager who discusses wages of players. So if the structure around him, the people who are bringing in the players and negotiating with them, have no clue about how the disjointed wages in the squad will affect player attitudes and, of course, cause problems for the manager, then it's obviously going to be a big problem. I do have a sense that Sir Alex Ferguson had a say in what players were earning at Manchester United. I think Jose Mourinho at Chelsea as well had a say, could have had a say in how players were earning. Because at the end of the day, if you give me a bunch of nobodies earning crazy money, first of all, I'm going to be under pressure to play them, to justify the organization's choice to give Marcus Rashford £400,000 per week. He has got to be playing even when clearly he's not good enough, because that's the problem created by the people around the manager. But it's going to affect the manager. So that is the structure that Sir Jim is working on first now, to reorganize, put order. If you don't want to play under that structure, bounce, bro. Just move on. Move on. Go play in Saudi Arabia. Move on. Move on. We are not a money-making sport. We are Manchester United. So that's exactly what's going on now. And for me, I think this will be a big solution, because players then will play will respect each other. Players will feel less entitled. The smaller players will not fear anyone. There won't be even a smaller player than the other. Players will play with more ease, with more belief and cohesion. There will clearly be more cohesion in the team if they are earning reasonably, close to the same amount. Imagine Kobe earning 20,000 or 10,000 pounds per week, and Anthony is earning 200,000 pounds per week. Regardless, even if we didn't know that Kobe would emerge, that negotiation for me was wrong from the start. So those are the issues that we are having, and for me, I think it's a good point for Sir Jim Ratcliffe to start from, and I do want to give him lots of credit for doing that, because, man, we are dying. We are dying. It was a rot going on there, and it had always got to be solved. But the Glazers, because the club is making the money, we made more money in the past, I think, 1 year than we did the year before. They don't care about that. For them, all they care, are we able to fetch our £25 million every year from the club for our accounts? Yes, we can. Good business. So put back. Of course, the Americans, they know that you have to put in to get. So when it comes to paying players, are they happy? Are they? Yes, they're earning. So these agents come and take you for a ride, and corner these John Matters who have got no meta and understanding of the game into making players sign crazy contract. Look at Arsenal. For the longest time, Arsenal has had quality players, but they were playing for that badge happily, earning 50, 40,000, 45, 35,000. Playing their hearts out. That's the culture we need at United. And well done, Sir Jim, for that.